321, hello and welcome to YQL Real Talk. And this is your monthly news and real estate digest so you can keep up to date on our local real estate and economy. Your hosts today, like always, are Kurtis, Hawkins and Gurr from the Real Estate One team at lethbridgerealestate.com. Today, home buyers are facing the toughest time ever to buy a home, and the feds on their April 16th budget, are set to address housing supply. And locally, FlexiBus is coming to Lethbridge. Right now, you can book for just 99 cents.
Unreal. Crazy.
So there's an article that came out from Bloomberg that are saying that right now, new home buyers getting in the market are facing their toughest time ever to try to get into the market. Mm-hmm. Basically due to rising interest rates. And obviously they expected when interest rates went through that crazy rise, they were expecting the housing market to really come back, but really they just said it's down 1.8%.
Right. Well, and we're certainly seeing it throughout people that we're showing places to. Things are going extremely fast. If you're not getting in first day, odds are you probably don't have a shot at it. It's tough out there. We've got, I think all of us agents have quite a few home buyers that are a little bit frustrated over
more buyers than sellers.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we've all written a lot of offers in the recent days that have gone into competition and have gone nowhere. So it's a little frustrating, but stick with it. You know, now with spring coming around, there will be more houses coming on the market because of that. So it will get easier. Home buyers, in theory, it should get easier come spring in the next coming months. Yep. There will be more places coming on.
The only thing that's not going to help is the pricing of houses. That's not changing. They just keep continuing to go up.
Yeah. Well, supply and demand, it continues to climb.
Maybe with more listings, it'll start to cool off a bit.
It will. I kind of don't foresee that happening because I don't think there's going to be enough. But I know what you're saying. Just kind of level off a little bit.
I shouldn't say cool off, but it'll it'll help with
maybe a little bit less competition.
Competitive.
Yeah, exactly. It could potentially do that. And in theory, the way the spring rolls around, normally that's the case. Yeah. So,
but the conversation I keep having with sellers is, well, we want to sell, but there's nothing for us to buy.
Right.
And then if you don't list like everyone else, then there's nothing to buy because nobody wants to list because there's nothing to buy. So
exactly.
It's just a continuous cycle.
It's a bad cycle and that kind of goes nowhere. Right. So, but either way, so what else do we got here?
So the next one is on April 16th, I believe. There's a new budget coming out, and the federal government has given no details, but they say they're just telling us to wait for another week here, and they're saying that they're going to come out with something to build more homes to reduce the supply cap and ensuring the government advances the interest rate to the most vulnerable, whatever that means. So I don't know if.
Well, I saw, who knows how relevant it is, but I saw a video of Justin Trudeau pushing manufactured homes. Basically, the government's going to put money, invest in the manufactured homes and stamp them out like crazy. It still doesn't help with land, still doesn't help with permitting, still doesn't help with a whole bunch of other red tape issues that they have, and who knows how legit that was. But that was just something that I saw in passing.
Did I hear this? Did I think Pierre Poilievre or something say that what he wanted to introduce was a way to do it where you incentivize a builder to build homes, and as soon as you get a home built, that's when you get a credit for what you've done already. Right. So it's like a grant to build a house. And then if you complete the house and get it built in a certain amount of time or a certain amount, I think it was, that was per municipality or something.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, I think
here's your goal. If your goal is to build 50 houses, try to hit 75 and you'll get money back doing that. Yep. And if you hit your goal by more than that, then there's even more incentive to keep going. Yeah. And if you don't hit your goal, well, then you're punished and you're taxed higher or something. I can't remember.
Exactly. Well, and that's, you could obviously pay your laborers more if there is an incentive there, right? As well. So,
then there's bonuses. There's
pay them more bonuses, there's definitely a lot of ways around that for sure. So
I know there's lots of builders out there that have pulled back on building because like interest rates are up and it's more expensive to build, so it's more risk.
Right.
So if you can reduce some of that risk and maybe put some money into the hands of builders and do it in a way that incentivizes them, not to just raise the prices, but to get houses out, that'd be amazing. The other thing that they keep saying though is yellow. The other thing they keep saying is that lost my train of thought. Is that
just red tape and incentivize builders?
Shoot. What were we saying?
Well, we were talking about just red tape or incentivizing the builders, getting the more money into the pockets of the workers, things like that.
Yeah. Lost it
altogether. Okay.
That's okay.
Either way. So attempts by our government to get things rolling, is it going to work? What's your take? Is that actually something that's going to work?
Well, it could work, but there's no details here. And the last thing they came out and they said that they're making it easier to rent or buy a home.
Right.
So now if you're renting, it's going to go towards your credit score.
Right.
Which will help you. There's still a supply issue. And doesn't mean you can afford to buy a home if it goes towards your credit score.
That's actually an ingenious plan on behalf of the government, because now every single renter is going to be screaming to their landlord to make sure my stuff is claimed. How many landlords out there aren't claiming their rent?
Yeah, which is also a problem though too. They should be.
Tons. Of course they should be. Absolutely.
I do with all mine.
But there's tons out there that aren't, right? And yeah, if you're renting a room, who's claiming that rent,
who's to
right?
say your landlord, I mean, there's different areas that have different rental controls, but who's to say your landlord's like, well, I haven't been claiming taxes. I'm not saying this is good advice,
right?
Or that you shouldn't be doing, but how many landlords are going to say, well, I haven't been claiming these. Now, if you want me to claim them, your rent's going up another 20%.
That too. Yeah, absolutely. So that too. So
that shouldn't be happening anyway, but
no, exactly.
It should be based on fair market value, but maybe you're getting a deal if they're writing it off. I don't know. So
definitely. Perhaps.
That's what I was going to say though, is, with builders, I know there's lots of builders out there that have been scaling back, because it's more expensive to build and there's more risk involved. So if you can reduce some of that risk, did I say that already? I'm getting confused.
You kind of hit a point on it.
I'm done. Let's move on.
So moving on. FlexiBus is coming to town, right?
Yeah. So FlexiBus apparently is like a subsidiary or another branch off of Greyhound, and Greyhound was in Lethbridge for years and years and years. It's not anymore, but I guess FlexiBus is coming back. So right now they're saying Lethbridge, Fort Macleod, Claresholm, Okotoks, Calgary, Red Deer, and Edmonton. Right. And I didn't look up how far it was to go to Edmonton. I should have. I'm going to guess it's $45 because it looked like once they're rolling, it's like $25 to get to Calgary.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Like, that's a sweet deal. It goes right to South Center Mall.
And like you were saying, too bad it doesn't go to the airport, because that'd be amazing.
I know. What
right? Who wouldn't capitalize on that from Lethbridge? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got hands in the back. Absolutely. That'd be amazing, right? But so that should be interesting when that rolls out.
And just a heads up for everybody right now, if you want to book, there's like introductory pricing, 99 cents to get to Calgary.
Crazy.
Yeah. Per person.
And we're not getting a kickback on that.
No. I wish there was a link in the description for that. You get 2 cents per book.
Okay, cool. You want to get into some of the numbers?
Yep.
Okay. So, we've definitely had some pretty staggering numbers going through here. So homes sold in the past month were 183 homes sold. This time last year was 160. The last year average was 155.
So we're just kicking the pants off of last March.
Yeah, by quite a bit. And no surprise, it's certainly contributing to that low inventory. Absolutely. And average days on market the past month. This one actually kind of surprised me. I thought we would have been less than that, but I think maybe next month will tell a different tale.
Yeah.
But 65 for the month of March. Last year was 65 as well. And the year average is 52.
Yeah. I was kind of curious about this number. So I started looking up different price ranges to see what the different price ranges were at.
Yeah.
Because I would have thought that like the 2 to 300 price range was like 15 days on market, but it's still like 30. So
there's
still lots of condition periods. So it's basically
definitely
in that price range. It's like maybe 2 weeks on the market before you get an offer.
Yeah. I think in April so far and the latter half of March, that number is going to change significantly because things are going really, really quick right now.
Yeah.
So
it's painful. Like how many competing offers did you say you just wrote? And
I think I've written 10 offers in the last 2 weeks of which 2 of them have stuck, you know,
and the rest are competing and you lose out.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, you know? So, and, one of them, we even went 20,000 over ask, the other day, and we got beat out by...
Don't say that. You're going to scare everybody.
Well, we got beat out by an unconditional offer, right? Which is rare. That doesn't happen too often. And how are you going to compete against that? Yeah. Right. So, but that's certainly not the anomaly. And in fact, that client asked me, like, in a certain price range, how, you know, because we were looking in the 450 price range. She was asking me to look into where exactly, like, if you're in the 450 price range, are things still going crazy over ask? And I looked that up, and the answer to that is no. I looked up about 20 of the last sales in that price range, and they definitely went for, 98%. Most of them went for less than asking price. Yeah.
It's usually always about a 2% negotiating range.
Absolutely. Okay. And active homes on market, we've got 374 for the month of March, which is extremely low. Typically,
it could be a record low.
Yeah, it could very well be. I wouldn't be surprised. I
didn't look this up specifically, but that's if you look at this month last year in March, 600.
So to have 374 is kind of crazy. And even, last year, 600, and the 5-year or the last year's average was 426. So yeah, you're well below that average, and that average takes into account the dog days of winter as well.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
That's extremely low.
And I did an ad, like a Facebook ad.
Right.
That you've probably seen, the one that they said that there was right now in Lethbridge on the west side in that $350,000 range. There was only 2 for sale.
Yeah.
I think that's still the case. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah. It's because I personally myself, I've got buyers looking in that area. And I even talked to another agent yesterday and said, got something looking in the 350 range. And he's like, let me know, because I got 20 people looking in the same price range, So yeah, it's not 350 below price range. It's tough. So if you're looking to...
The other reason to that too is one of the mortgage brokers I was talking to is like people in Lethbridge, new home buyers, they're all approved right around that 350 range too. So that's like the most popular price range. That's our average house price.
Definitely. Yeah.
Used to be our average house price. We'll get to that next.
Teaser.
Speaking of that.
Teaser alert. Moving into that. We did have an absolute record high. The month of March, we hit 387,934.
I think this is the third, at least second or third month in a row we've had a record high.
Yeah, we just continually keep climbing. And and honestly, next month, I'm kind of interested to see where that goes as well. Right. So, the average for March last year, 343,722, and the average for the year, 343,135. So we're up significantly on that. Average list to sale percentage, we're sitting at 98.3% in the month of March. Last year was 97.8, and the year average of last year was 97.4. So we're definitely up there too.
It's getting tighter.
It's getting tighter. Yeah, absolutely. So, if you're pre-approved for 350, I wouldn't recommend looking at homes for 380 because you're probably not going to be in that range, right? So things are going pretty close to asking price.
Just one little calculation I want to do here.
Okay.
Keep in mind that these month-to-month numbers are like when you're looking at the average price of this month, right? Do you look in to see like how many, was there a bunch of $1 million ones sold again? Was the lower
I typically
price?
Don't.
Exactly. So I just wanted it could be really scary looking at this, that housing price has gone up that much, but that's an 11% increase year over year.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And next month, again, we could be back down to 350. Who knows?
We could very well. It seems to fluctuate like that. We do these on a month-to-month basis. And like you said, we do see those fluctuations.
The year average, I don't know what the year-to-date average is, but last year's average was 343. I don't expect to be up 11%. I hope not.
Right.
I don't want prices to go up that fast.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. I could almost see it, but I guess time will tell.
Yeah.
We'll see what the numbers say and we'll go from there.
So hot or not, how hot's the market out of 10?
It's 9.5. Like it's wild, you know? It's definitely wild.
I'm going to give it a 10. Like, how could it get any crazier?
Well, I think it could.
Of course, it can always get crazier, but
we're not typically dealing with bidding wars right now. We're dealing with a lot of multiple offer situations, but we have yet to get into those crazy bidding wars that you see in Toronto, where it's like, here's the price. We're open bidding, you know, like we have here, we have there. So we haven't hit that point. But you know, maybe it's just the way we do it. But yeah, it's definitely a crazy market right now. Certainly a seller's market. If you're looking to do an upgrade, I was even talking to some family the other day. They'd like to sell their $650,000 home and go and buy an acreage. Well, right now acreages aren't flying off the shelf. So that'd be a great time to do that. Right. But yeah.
Obviously, every price range is a little bit different. Higher price
For
range tends to sit around longer.
Yeah,
but yet we've seen more $1 million sales so far this year than we have in the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have definitely. Yeah. But okay, awesome.
So anything else for today?
I don't think so. Okay. I think we've kind of hit on everything.
Short and sweet. I like it.
Yeah, definitely a seller's market. We're trying to shorten this up a little bit, give you a little bit more substance in a shorter time frame.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this podcast and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Go check out Brett on YouTube or Instagram, me as well. I'll put links down in the description below. And if you guys never want to miss another one, be sure to subscribe and we'll see you on the next one.
Absolutely. See ya.
Thanks. Bye.